The Armed Forces of the Philippines records another victory against the terrorist group CPP-NPA in the Visayas region after authorities recovered firearms, explosives, and other war materials. Almar Forsuelo has more.
The combined elements of the 42nd Infantry Battalion and Eastern Samar Police Provincial Office conducted a joint AFP-PNP focused military operation, or FMO, that resulted in the recovery of 11 firearms, 3 anti-personnel mines, and other war materials. Because of this, another victory was recorded on the part of the government troops. But this was a devastating loss on the part of the terrorist group CPP-NPA in the continuing localized peace engagement, or LPE, in Barangay Boko in Canavid, Eastern Samar on July 17, 2023. The focused military operation was launched after a testimony of a former rebel who returned to the folds of the government and revealed to authorities where leftist groups hid the said war materials. These include 4 M16 rifles, 5 M14 rifles, 1 M79 grenade launcher, 1 shotgun, 3 anti-personnel mines, 200 rounds of different live ammunition, and other war documents. Lieutenant General Benedict Arevalo, commander of Visayas Command or VISCOM, emphasized that the localized peace engagement has a huge part in the campaign against the terrorist group CPP-NPA in the Visayas region. Arevalo added that the said action is very effective in reducing the manpower and armed capability of the terrorists without the troops firing a single shot. It can be recalled that on June 18th, an NPA's armed cache containing 4 firearms and 4 anti-personnel mines were recovered by the government troops in Barangay Dao, Oras, Eastern Samar. This was made possible following a revelation from a former rebel brought about by the continuous engagement of the troops with the said former rebel. With this, Lieutenant General Arevalo again promises that they will continue the implementation of the localized peace engagement because of its good results in maintaining peace in their region. Furthermore, the official said that this is evidence that their only focus is to end the armed struggle and not to kill their fellow Filipinos. Lastly, Lieutenant General Arevalo lauded the troops on their relentless effort to attain peace, and he's also again encouraged the remaining members of CPP-NPA to return to the folds of the law, heed the call of our government. For God and my beloved Philippines, this has been Almar Forsuelo, SMNI News.
The Department of Environment and Natural Resources is forming a group of experts to assess the impact of reclamation projects in Manila Bay. According to the agency, the group will be led by Filipino scientists. This report from Jason Rubrico.
The Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, continues to take measures to discuss and address the impact of the ongoing reclamation projects in Manila Bay. DENR Secretary Antonia Loizaga said that they are currently forming a composite group to lead the impact assessment of Manila Bay reclamation. It will be led by Filipino scientists, along with some experts from Japan, Singapore, and the United States.
So may kinakausap kaming local scientists, Filipino scientists, and we will be taking on some also from foreign expertise. There will be a composite team, different disciplines represented by Filipino scientists with advisory and expertise from foreign as well.
The DENR targets to form the said group this August. Meanwhile, on Monday morning, the agency conducted the second multi-stakeholder experts dialogue on reclamation. It aims to gather more necessary inputs for the ongoing review and enhancement of existing policies pertaining to reclamation projects. The discussion featured experts from the Embassy of Japan, Deltares, and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers who presented on the global practice of reclamation.
Sana po makakatulong sa pag-formulate, pag-update, pag-generate ng bagong batas o polisiya at mga practices na based on international practice.
The Secretary hopes that the reclamation issues will be included in the upcoming State of the Nation address by President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
We know that consistently the President will be making a statement that environmental sustainability is important for inclusive development. No? So doon po sana marinig po natin, pero confident po tayo na in this presidency nakikita po ni President Bongbong ang actual link between climate change, environment, and human development.
For God and my beloved Philippines, I am Jason Rubrico, SMNI News.
The Philippine envoy to China has a message for Chinese investors who made investment pledges during President Bongbong Marcos' visit last January. MJ Mondihar is back for more news.
Despite the cold winter and the remaining health protocols at that time, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. and First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos had a successful state visit to China from January 3 to 5. The Marcos state visit resulted in several significant achievements, including the signing of 14 agreements spanning agriculture, infrastructure development, maritime security, and tourism cooperation. Additionally, China has opened its doors to Philippine durian exports, a lucrative market currently dominated by Thailand and Malaysia, with Thailand exporting durian fruits worth $4 billion annually to China. The visit also garnered $22.8 billion in investment pledges and involved discussions on supporting Filipino fishermen and the possibility of restarting joint oil exploration in the sea. Fast forward to this month, with President Marcos' second State of the Nation address upcoming, the country's top envoy to China is now working double to ensure that those pledges materialize. But this will only happen if Chinese investors fulfill their pledges.
Ang mensahe ko rin po sa ating mga kaibigang Chino ay deliver. Yun po ang kailangan nating mangyari ngayon. Hindi po pwedeng press conference lang o photo op o pirma-pirmahan lang, no.
Floor Cruz emphasized that the administration aims for tangible benefits resulting from the recent state visit. They hope that these projects and programs will be implemented promptly.
Ang gusto po nating mangyari bilang suporta sa ating administrasyon ng Pangulong Marcos ay madala talaga ng investment, ng projects, ng tangible benefits. Yun po ang gusto nating mangyari at kaagad. Hindi po na dahan-dahan lang o bagal-bagal lang.
Referring to lessons learned from the past, Floor Cruz mentioned that at this point, the Philippines looks forward to positive developments in the friendship ties with China.
Kasi yun po ang lesson natin ng mga nakaraang panahon, na maraming pangako, maraming mga inaasahan, pero parang kaunti lang ang nangyari.
President Marcos described his meetings with Chinese President Xi and other Chinese officials as cordial and fruitful engagements. They engaged in comprehensive discussions about the overall state of bilateral relations between the Philippines and China, covering various areas of cooperation, including agriculture, energy, infrastructure, trade and investment, science and technology, and people-to-people ties. For Government of Philippines, MJ Mondihar, SMNI News.